Hello, welcome to my video on my blog. In this time, I'm going to talk about the NFL 2024 season Week 10 prediction, where tomorrow we'll start the Week 10. With this week, we'll start the second half of the NFL 2024 season. So now they will start the best part of the season because we will define the teams that will qualify to the playoff, the team that will win their division respectively, and we qualify to the playoffs. So in this video, like the last 9 videos, I'm going to give my prediction about the games that will be played this week. Well, first, this week we have another teams that will have a bye week. And this time only we'll have 14 games because 4 teams will have a bye week. These teams are the Cleveland Browns, the Green Bay Packers, the Las Vegas Raiders, and Seattle Seahawks. So tomorrow, like I told you in the beginning of the video, we'll start the week 10 with the Thursday night football with a divisional game. This game will be between the Ravens against the Bengals. This game will be played in Maryland. And 2015 Easter time. Remember that this is the second game that these two teams play in the season, where these two teams play in the week 5, where the Baltimore Ravens defeated the Cincinnati Bengals in overtime 41-38, where the Bengals were winning by 10 points difference in the beginning of the fourth quarter, and they lost this game miserable. So the last week, these two teams won their games respectively. The Ravens didn't have any problem and defeated by 31 points the Denver Broncos, and the Bengals didn't have any problem and defeated the Raiders by 17 point difference. In this moment, the sorry. The Ravens are in the second place with a record of 6-3, and the Bengals are in the third place with a record of 4-5 in the AFC North. This division is led by my favorite team, the Steelers. I think that the Ravens have better team than the Bengals. Both teams are very great, but I think that the difference will be the defenses. That, in my opinion, the Ravens have better defenses than the Bengals. So I think that the Ravens are going to win this game by 7 point difference. And the next Sunday we'll have the Sunday will start with an early game where the Carolina Panthers will play against the New York Giants there in Germany, in Munich, Germany, in the Allianz Arena where the Bayern Munich played. So this will be the fifth and the last international game in the season. These two teams are one of the worst teams in the league. The last week the Panthers defeated the Saints in the last second of the game, 23-22, and they won the second game of the season. And the Giants lost in a divisional game against the Commanders, 22-27. In this moment, both teams are worst of the teams. There are two of the worst teams in the league, and both teams are eliminated. The Carolina Panthers are in the third place with a record of 2-7 in the NFC South, and the Giants are in the border of the NFC East with a record of 2-7, the same record. So these two teams are very bad teams, and this will be an ugly game because two teams are very bad. But I think that the Panthers are going to win this game because I feel like they have the momentum, and I think that they're going to win this game by 3 points difference. And I think that this game will be fine in the last second of the game. And the games that will start in the 13 o'clock Eastern time. This Sunday we'll have 7 games in 13 o'clock Eastern time. The first game will be where the Chicago Bears will receive the New England Patriots there in Chicago, Illinois. The last week, the Chicago Bears lost against the Cardinals by 20 point difference as a away team, and the Patriots lost against the Titans in overtime by 3 point difference. The In this moment, the Chicago Bears are in the bottom of the NFC North with a record of 4-4. They have 2 back-to-back losses, and it looks like they are far away to enter to the playoffs. And the Patriots are eliminated because they are one of the worst teams in the league. They are in the bottom of the AFC East with a record of 2-7. So I think that the Chicago Bears are better team than the Patriots, and they will show that. And because they will play in home, I think that the Bears will win this game by more than 10 point difference, and they will return to the victory. And another big game, one of the best game of the week, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will receive the San Francisco 49ers there in Tampa Bay, Florida. The last week, the Bucks lost in the Monday Night Football against the Chiefs in overtime, 24-13. And the 49ers had a bye week. In this moment, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are in the second place in the NFC South with a record of 4-5. They have 3 straight losses, and they are 3 games behind the Falcons. So the Buccaneers need to start to win the games. If not, they're going to be eliminated. And in this moment, the 49ers have a record of 4-4. They're in the third place with the NFC West. But the good news for them is that they're only one game difference or two games difference against the first place at the Cardinals. So this division is very close. So I think that because the 49ers had an bye week, and they will have they will have 2 weeks to prepare this game, and because the Bucks will have a short week, I think that the 49ers will win this game by more than 7-point difference. In another divisional game, the Kansas City Chiefs will receive the Denver Broncos and Kansas City, Missouri, I think so. This is a divisional game. This is the first game that both teams will play in the season. The last week, the Kansas City Chiefs defeated the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in overtime, where they come back again in the fourth quarter, and the Denver and the Broncos lost the last week against the Ravens by 30-point difference. In this moment, this is a divisional game, and in this moment, the Kansas City Chiefs are leading the AFC West and the AFC and the NFL with the best record. They are undefeated 8-0, and it looks like they could be finish the season undefeated because they have an easy schedule for the rest of the season. And the Broncos are in the third place in the AFC West with a record of 5-4, and they are looking forward to enter to the playoffs. So this will be a tremendous game because these two teams are playing great football, especially in the Chiefs, and both teams had a very great defenses. But I think that the big difference will be that the Chiefs have better offense and they have Patrick Mahomes. So when you play against Patrick Mahomes, it's almost impossible to lose this game, and you need to play great football the 60 minutes. So I think that because the Chiefs are undefeated, they will play home. I think that the Chiefs are going to win this game by more than 14 or more point difference. In another game, the Indianapolis Colts will receive the Buffalo Bills there in Indianapolis, I think so. The last week, the Colts lost in the Sunday Night Football against the Vikings by 8-point difference, where the Colts didn't score any touchdown. They only made field goals, and the only touchdown that they made was because an interception. And the Bills battled a lot, but they defeated the Dolphins by 3-point difference in the last second of the game. In this moment, the Indianapolis Colts are in the second place in the AFC South with a record of 4-5. They are 3 games behind the first place, the Houston Texans, and the Colts have a back-to-back losses. And they need to start to win games. If not, they're going to be eliminated. They are in the hunt to enter to the playoffs. And the Buffalo Bills have an easy lead in his division. They are leading the Division 7-2, the AFC East division. They have 4 straight victories, and they have a 4-game advantage against the rest of the division. So this will be a good game for the Colts. Joe Flacco was confirmed to be the starting quarterback for the rest of the season, and Anthony Richardson is former Colts former starting quarterback is gonna to be benched for the rest of the season. And the Indianapolis Colts have been playing better with Joe Flacco leading the team. So I think that the Colts will have the advantage because they will play home, but the Bills have better team, especially Josh Allen. So I think that the Bills are going to win this game by more than 14-point difference. In another game, my favorite team, the Washington Commanders, will receive my favorite team, my Pittsburgh Steelers. They're in Washington D.C. The last week, the Commanders traveled and visited the New York City, and they defeated the Giants by 5 point difference, and they won the 2 games of the season. And my Pittsburgh Steelers had a bye week, so. In this moment, the Commanders are leading the NFC East with a record of 7-2, and they have 3 consecutive victories. And my Pittsburgh Steelers are leading the AFC North with a record of 6-2, and they have 3 straight victories. So this will be a tremendous game. In the beginning of the season, I predicted that the Steelers were going to win this game easily because the Commanders looked like that they were going to be in the bottom of the NFC. But now they have been the surprise until this moment. Because they have played a tremendous game, especially his quarterback, Jayden Danielson. So I think that this will be a close game, but I think that because Russell Wilson Jayden Daniels, sorry, the Washington Commanders quarterback. I think that because Russell Wilson is now the Steelers starting quarterback, I think that the Steelers will win this game. But I think that the Steelers are going to win this game by 3 point difference, and I think that this game will be defined in the last second of the game, if not in the last play of the game. And in another game, the Jacksonville Jaguars will receive the Minnesota Vikings there in Jacksonville, Florida. The last week, the Jacksonville lost against the Eagles by 5 point difference, where the Eagles had the game under control. They were winning by more than 14 point difference, but the Eagles relaxed this game, and the Jaguars almost tied the game, or almost win the game in the last second of the game, but the Eagle defense could stop the Jaguars. And the Vikings defeated the Colts in the Sunday Night Football. In this moment, the Jaguars are in the bottom of the AFC South with a record of 2-7, and they are eliminated. And the Vikings, in this moment, they are in the second place in the NFC North with a record of 6-2. So I think that the Vikings are better team than the Jaguars. So I think that the Vikings won't have any problem, and they will win this game by more than 10 point difference. And in another game, the last game of the 13 o'clock Eastern time, the New Orleans Saints will receive the Atlanta Falcons there in New Orleans. So remember that this is the second game of the season for these two teams, where these two teams play in the week 4, where the Falcons defeated the Saints 26-24 in the last second of the game. So the last week, the Saints lost against the Carolina Panthers. And for that reason, the New Orleans Saints front office decided to fire his former head coach, Dennis Allen. And the Falcons, the last week, didn't have any problem and defeated the Cowboys by 6 point difference. In this moment, sorry. In this moment, wait a minute. In this moment, the Atlanta Falcons are leading the NFC South with a record of 6-3, and the Saints are in the bottom with a record of 2-7, and they have 7 straight losses. So it's a divisional game. That is always difficult to play against a divisional team because they know each other a lot, and because the New Orleans Saints will have a new head coach, but the Atlanta Falcons are a better team. So I think that the Falcons are going to win this game by more than 7 point difference. And the game that will start in the second shift, the game that will start in the 16:05 and 16:25 Eastern time, the first game, the Los Angeles Chargers will receive the Tennessee Titans there in Inglewood, California, in the SoFi Stadium. The last week, both teams won their games respectively. The Chargers traveled to the East Coast and defeated the Cleveland Browns by 17-point difference, and the Titans defeated the Patriots in overtime by 3-point difference. In this moment, the Chargers they are in the second place in the AFC West with a record of 5-3, and they have back-to-back victories, and they are trying to enter to the playoffs. And the Titans are in the third place in the AFC South with a record of 2-6, and they are eliminated. So the Chargers have the advantage because they will play at home, and they have better team and better talent than the Titans. So I think that the Chargers will win this game by more than 14-point difference. And in another game, the Arizona Cardinals will receive the New York Jets. They're in Arizona in the far wide stadium. The last week, both teams won their games respectively. The Cardinals defeated on home the Chicago Bears by 20-point difference, and the Jets did surprise and defeated the Houston Texas and the Thursday Night Football by 8-point difference. In this moment, the Cardinals are leading the NFC West with a record of 5-4, and they have three straight victories. And the Jets are in the second place in the AFC East with a record of 3-6. In this moment, this is a must win win to the Jets, because if they lose this game, they practically are eliminated. If not, they are eliminated in this moment. And the Cardinals need to win to keep leading the NFC West. So I think that the Cardinals are going to win this game, because I think that they have a more balanced offenses than the Jets, and because they will play at home. So I think that the Cardinals will win this game by 7-point difference. In one of the best games of the week, the Dallas Cowboys will receive the Philadelphia Eagles there in Dallas, Texas. The last week, the Cowboys lost against the Falcons as a away team by 6-point difference, and the Eagles defeated the Jaguars by 5-point difference. In this moment, it's a divisional game. The Eagles are in the second place in the NFC East with a record of 6-2, and they have 4 straight victories. And the Cowboys are in the third place with a record of 3-5 with 3 straight losses. The Cowboys they lost more than the last game, because that Prescott is starting quarterback. He won't play this game neither the next 2 or 3 weeks, because hamstring injury, and they are they are playing a very poorly game. So they need to start to win games. If not, they are going to be eliminated and to get out of the hunt to enter the playoffs. And the Eagles are trying to win the games to try to win this division, to try to win this division, sorry. So I think that the Eagles have better team than the Cowboys, and because the Dak Prescott is not going to play, I think that the Eagles will win this game by more than 14-point difference. And in the Sunday Night Football, in the best game of the week, in my opinion, the Houston Texans will receive the Detroit Lions there in Houston, Texas. The last week, the Texans lost surprisingly in the Thursday Night Football against the Jets, but 8-point difference, and the Lions didn't have any problem and defeated the Packers by 10-point difference. In this moment, the Texans are leading the AFC South with a record of 6-3. They have 3-game advantage against the Colts, and most probably the Texans are going to win this division. And the Lions are in the best division in the NFL, the NFC North. They are leading this division with a record of 7-1, and they have 6 straight victories. In my opinion, in this moment, the Lions are the best team in the league. The most probably in the NFC, but I think that they are the best team in the league, even that the Kansas City Chiefs, because they are playing a very great football. And the Houston Texans aren't playing a very great football. They have playing a very bad football, but they are leading their division. That is important. So I think that the Houston Texans have the advantage because they will play home, but the Detroit Lions have better team than the Texans. So I think it will be a close game, but in the end, I think that the Lions are going to win this game by 7 or more point difference. And in the Monday Night Football, the game that will close the week, the Los Angeles Rams will receive the Miami Dolphins there in Inglewood, California, in the SoFi Stadium. The last week, the Rams defeated in overtime the Seattle Seahawks in overtime by 6-point difference, and the Miami Dolphins lost against the Buffalo Bills by 3-point difference in the second of the game. In this moment, the LA Rams are in the second place in the NFC West with a record of 4-4, and they have 3 straight victories. And the Miami Dolphins are in the third place in the AFC East with a record of 6-2, and they have 3 straight losses. So the LA Rams are in the hunt to win their division, because this is very close, and if the Rams win this game and the Cardinals lost, they are going to escalate to the first place. And the Miami Dolphins are eliminated because it looks very difficult that they can they can enter to the playoffs because they have 4 games behind 500. So I think that this will be a close game because two teams are not very great. So I think that the Rams are going to win this game because I think that they have a little better defense than the Dolphins, and because they will play at home, I think that the Rams will win this game by 3 or more point difference. So in this video, I got my prediction about the games that we will play this week. Let's see how many games I am right in the end of the week. So if you like this video, you can or you have any comment or suggestion, you can let me one comment here in my Substack blog or any of my Spotify or YouTube channel. So see you next video. Gibran.